Hey guys, it's Matt. Real quick before I start, I don't want a banner ad. I hate those little blue boxes that appear below our videos that take you to the real truth. If I started talking overly about the JFK assassination, there'd be a blue box below my video taking you to the real truth. I'm just going to call it the aluminum Ducati motorcycle. Now, this has already confused the bot. I'm so used to my hobo code at this point. I'm more comfortable calling it the aluminum Ducati motorcycle than this, although this isn't what my video is going to be about. Well, I guess I should just get into it and shut the heck up. Shut up. That wouldn't go very well. Okay. YouTube has a ton of free movies now. I mean, like big movies. So much so, you could think about dropping your Netflix or Prime or whatever. I mean, they have 30, 40, 50 big movies, every single month now. And they have, I'm noticing all sorts of different things. 3 movies here on the aluminum Ducati. Now, I'm going to come back to this in a few minutes if you're long-haul trucking and haven't looked down at your screen. 3 movies being hosted by YouTube. I don't know if they're permanently hosted or just rotating in and out per month like the big movies do. Like right now you can see Weird Science and 16 Candles. Then like next month they may be gone. That's how it works with the big movies. These are maybe permanent, but there's 3 movies here on the Illuminati. Guess I could say it once. And my question or what we're going to return to is how much truth could there possibly be in terms of exposing the secret order if the if the movies are being hosted by the major platform of the secret order? So again, obviously, you have to apply the rule of opposites. None of these movies are going to have the real truth. But what we'll get into, what we'll come back to, is how much real truth is sprinkled in. No doubt about it. There's elements of truth in all these sorts of movies, or these documentaries. I'm not sure what you would call them about the aluminum Ducati. So this is going to be a variety show of sorts. We'll return to this maybe as the main theme. I want to show you this nonsense first. This goes along with what we've been talking about, how almost everything on the CNN homepage is bot-driven without probably one person even looking over one article. Maybe one guy sleeping at his desk somewhere so they could say there's a real editor. This will be all over the place, but let's start with this and just get a quick laugh. As of 8 a.m. today, Thursday, January 15th, this is the good work that the bot is doing over at the CNN homepage. This is the homepage. The caption underneath the picture there with the oil burning off from the smokestack, it says, "Private guns, public oil. Trump's Venezuela plans start taking shape. Take shape." Trump's Venezuela plans start taking shape. Take shape. But bot, what the heck is going on over there? You bots suck rocks. You suck moose. I mean, you could get a 6th grader, some kid in middle school to edit better than this. I mean, farm it out to Chat GPT or something. I just cracked an IPA beer a few days ago scanning through the free YouTube movies, and I went, oh, yes. Jeremiah Johnson with Robert Redford is one of my favorites. Just completed watching it a few days ago. Had seen it. I probably have talked about it over the years. I guess I saw it 4 or 5 years ago, but it is absolutely one of my favorites. Probably won't start talking about it in detail here, maybe on the back end of this video. And by the way, guys, with these YouTube movies, it's not like some kid in his dorm room hosts a movie and he's getting away with it. These are hosted by YouTube for free, which means most of them are in a very high quality, at least a 1080i or whatever, been remastered with Jeremiah Johnson. There's some hokey, goofy parts to this movie, but I absolutely love this movie. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit later, take some screenshots from the trailer. I don't think I can get away with showing you any more than that. I'll just tell you why I absolutely love it. I was just about to leave this topic. I will return to this and the aluminum Ducati, what I talked about earlier. And this is the AI that we have to put up with for now. Robert Redinson, Jeremiah Johnson, somebody asked the AI to produce like a movie poster, and they didn't get it wrong. The AI just do it. This is the AI we have to put up with right now. Robert Redinson. Yeah, how do you even pronounce that? R-E-D with an N. S-O-N. Redinson. Jeremiah Johnson. Hey, thanks a lot. This is the AI we're going to have for the next few years before it becomes perfect. And then on purpose, through the Chaos Lords, will make dealing with humans completely impossible. And society will start to break down in a lot of different... This is one of my predictions. Society will start to break down. You won't be able to get anything done. Every human infrastructure or call center will be just a mess. And the AI will be brought in to save the day. And people will welcome it with open arms because it will be construed, whatever that word means, I think I just made it up, as the savior of society. First, the Chaos Lords need to work their black magic and have everything get worse and worse and lame, and you're on hold for an hour, you're on hold for 2 hours, you're on hold. Everything will melt down. Then bring the AI in. I can't take it anymore. All by design. For the title track, Hotel California, after the arrangement and instrumentation had been refined, several complete takes were recorded. The best parts were then spliced together in all 33 edits on the 2-inch master to create the final version. Remember my video a few back about me watching Gouda and Zara hissing at the door? It was 3 minutes and 18 seconds, yet iMovie shows it to me like this. 3.3. This shit always happens. Okay, Matt, it's going to keep happening. Stop talking about it. Okay, I'll stop it. What does this picture have to do with breaking down how the governing dynamics of this reality works? Nothing. It's my favorite picture of Puss in Boots. I just wanted to put it in the video. It has nothing to do with, well, it has a lot to do with part 2, the work, but we'll talk about that some other time. You've heard a picture is worth 1,000 words. How about 1,000,000? I could do 5 videos in a row, 1 hour each, just based on what I see in Bill's latest poster. In response to yesterday's video, where I was talking about Iran and the Trump administration promising help is on the way, keep protesting, keep taking to the streets, you poor devils, get out there and burn some more pallets and cardboard boxes. I guess Bill couldn't take it, and he had to start working on this poster, which didn't take 15 minutes, folks. This took a long, long time. Thank you, Bill. I could do 5 videos in a row just from this. My favorite part is it's the Ray Liotta from Goodfellas above Nixon. It's the Ray Liotta from Goodfellas laughing at Joe Pesci in Goodfellas with a 1776 wig on. I'm so glad he's got the Ray Liotta character in here, which is a representation of what they all are, mobsters. The highest level of mobster. You want to talk about the Italian mafia or this organized crime over here? The ultimate level of organized crime this is the government level. Of course it is. And they're, Matt, don't you give anybody a pass? What about the founding? No, I don't give anybody a pass at this point. There's only so much I can say. Remember, I got that strike. I can't even say what it was. It was, when you hate the beach, you hate going to the beach. You hate beach. That was the nature of the strike. So let me get this straight. These people supposedly gave me the freedom to talk via the First Amendment of the Constitution, saying as long as I'm not directly harming somebody, I have the freedom of speech. Yet when I talk badly about them, I get a hate the beach strike. That was the ultimate in irony. My God. Okay, let's read the poster. Trump says, and then I told the peoples of Iran, help is on the way, you poor devils. Bill puts hell. That's what you're right. You let in that snake. You let it. Hell is on the way. We'll create another little. See, we're all used to doing that. So the United States, we. No. You want that? I'm going to stop that habit. We've been doing it our whole lives. We need to. No. We, the corporation of the United States. Good people of Iran, I beg of you, those in Tehran right now listening to me, I beg of you, do not accept any help from the United States. Have you ever seen the Ernie segments with Lefty? It's 1,000,000 times worse. Do it yourself. If you need to do something to certain clerics, do it yourself. Do not accept any help. It's like going to the mob for a loan shark, but it's millions of times worse. Don't let that snake in. Well, I believe it's a one-world system, but let's just go with it, all right? My one-world system beliefs kind of ruins the joke here. So don't let it in. Just say no. Continue to burn your cardboard boxes and your pallets in the streets. I just took a minute of solitude to calm down and to come back to you in a more recitative fashion, looking over all the characters and the objects and images in this poster, including the dragon right off Trump's left ear, which was the ear that got bitten off by Mike Tyson. You know what I'm talking about, which happened but really didn't happen. Bill, if it was, you might have put a big Band-Aid on that ear, right? Oh, what a joke that was. All these presidents, you know how many times they promised foreign aid and all this stuff is, I'm an old man and it's all flooding back to me, helping the Nicaraguans and the Contras and we're going to help you. You freedom fighters, we'll get you. You know what they do? One thing they do deliver on is more arms so there can be more death. They deliver all the guns, ammo, AK-47s, arms, munitions, anti-aircraft. Oh, they'll deliver all that because it leads to what they appreciate most, death. But in terms of real help, in terms of a stabilization and helping children grow up so they're not like complete lunatics, there's never that sort of help, folks. Yes, I could do an hour on each one of these caricatures, even starting with Honest Abe. He was very honest about suspending the Constitution. Just during the Civil War, he was, that's why they call him Honest Abe. He didn't lie about it. He didn't say, we still have it. He said, it's under the whole country, it's under martial law. He said, wait a second. Roughly 100 years ago, it fought for certain rights. It doesn't exist now. There's a civil war going on that we trumped up. All these rights are gone. We'll give them back to you when the Civil War ends. We'll give them back to you. It's just like that swim coach in Back to School. He's on my alternate roster. I'll get it to you when the triple Lindy dive is over and the swim meet or the dive match is over. He just suspended. He was Honest Abe. He says, I declare martial law. There are no rights. And go off to war, you poor devils. Yeah. Matt, if you go back before Abe and you're criticizing the wrong people. No, they all deserve criticism. You think, there was this really good group working for you. They're founding fathers. They were working for you. They were all working for you. And then it turned bad. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm not buying it. What's that from Snatch? So I'm not selling it. All bets are off. Matt, of all of them there, who was most in the know, in my opinion? And you have to do the Ray Liotta laugh, Goodfellas laugh. It would be George Washington. When this country was founded, they knew exactly what they were getting into, put it that way. We could get into the parallels between Washington, D.C. and Rome. It's just a coincidence. No, we're not going to talk about that now, but George Washington knew. And George H.W. Bush. You're probably not going to be the head of the CIA if you don't really understand that the deep state runs everything and the politicians, it's just for show. It's just WWE and WWF. George H.W. Bush, that's why when President George H.W. Bush died, there was a huge, massive funeral procession, trains, this was shut down, that was shut down, parades, where they're showing you the relative importance, the not milk importance, where Jimmy Carter, I don't know, some people threw some peanuts from the 40th floor on Fifth Avenue in New York or something, out the window or something, and they just took old floats from the Irish Day Parade or something. There was nothing. When Carter died, when George H.W. Bush died, there were huge tributes all over the news all day, completely a different situation. So who knew the most, in my opinion? Obviously, George Washington, for a person that lays the cornerstone on the buildings in D.C., probably knows what's going on. And then George H.W. Bush. The others are different variations of clown, controlled puppet, absolute morons. We could just talk about this for hours. Trump, in my opinion, got himself into financial trouble. Again, this is just my own discernment. Nobody told me anything. Again, I can't accept any insider information and play by the rules. It's Trump, obviously, 25 years ago, got himself into some major financial trouble. And some men in black showed up. And we can make a whole fiction novel out of this, but it's probably not fiction. I'm just going to pull this out of my ass, but it's probably 90% true. Some men in black sat down and said, I love going through these scenarios because they're so true. He said, well, you got yourself into some trouble here, Donald Trump. You've made a name for yourself. You're a famous man. What if we made all your troubles go away? What if it all just went away overnight? Well, how's that going to happen? Well, how much do you owe? 25, 30 years ago, I'm in the whole $900 million. I've got these failed casinos in Atlantic City. I've got them underwater here. It's in your account. Well, what do you mean? I can't do a Trump, so I'm not even going to try. It's in your account already. It just before I finish the sentence. And then we added an additional 600 or 700 million. But you're just going to have to play a role. You're going to have to play a role for us when we come calling, say, in 15 years. And what role's that? What do you want me to do? Wait a second now. We want you to be president of the United States. Does that sound good to an egomaniac like you? Well, you want me to be president of the United States? Well, that sounds pretty good. Well, we're not sure exactly how it's going to play out, but we may need you to, say, fulfill a certain role, or you could just think of it as reading lines from a script. And you might even get 2 terms living in the White House. That's not so bad, except you kind of have to do what we say. If you kind of go off reservation, here's a little VHS tape of with live cameras of those that went off reservation. You might want to take a look at what we recorded here on the VHS tape before you decide to. Don't think that at any time that you're the real president and you're just going to do what you want. If you go in there, here's the VHS tape. No problem, sir. You cleared up all my debt. No, that sounds pretty good. But will I be able to decide when the foreign ambassadors come in, what to serve for dinner? Yes. You'll be able to decide what sort of Kobe beef you can serve the Japanese ambassador. Sound pretty good? Now you go round up, you get Ivanka married though, before you go to the White House. I want Ivanka married. We'll get some, no, I can't. Can you say it? Can I say it? We'll get some, can't say it. Gotta be careful. We'll get some Jared son of a bitch. I was going to say some other things about his ties to Bibi, and let's just leave that out. You get Ivanka hooked to that Jared son of a bitch. We want her married before you go in that White House. Matt, this is completely breaking down. Is it really when it's 90% true? Matt, which character here would you consider the biggest clown, puppet, stooge, or buffoon that really maybe actually believed they were real presidents making decisions themselves? The biggest clowns would have to be Jimmy Carter, and Obama. I don't think anything comes close. Obama probably takes the cake, because he believed he was in charge. He believed in his own genius and greatness. And he wasn't only a genius when he was reading from the teleprompter. Off the teleprompter, when he was just being interviewed by some ABC News anchor, the Plastic Man, he would go, he would stutter. He couldn't even talk. He couldn't come up with a coherent thought or sentence if he wasn't reading from a teleprompter of some kind. Jimmy Carter probably was a very, very close second. I believe caricatures like Ronald Reagan, for example, and of course George W. Bush, considering his father was CIA director, he knew he wasn't a real president. He was just, some of them get it, even clowns like Reagan, they get a sense that there are other powers in control here. And what I can do as president is somewhat limited. And those that were taken off, like Reagan and many, to these different groups, like the Beau Grove and the Beau Grove, they get a sense there are other powers that are probably in control, and they're taken to Bilderberger. And by the way, Good Burger is free on YouTube, and you can relate Bilderberger to Good Burger, which is now free on YouTube. Is it welcome to Bilderberger, home of the Bilderberger? That they get a sense, even Ronald Reagan, that wait a second. They told me I was elected, but there's people here that aren't even including me in the conversations. I think they're in charge. Obama, I don't think ever really knew that. I think he thought he was in charge. He believed, the worst of them, the biggest puppets, believe in their own idiotic genius. So good people of Tehran, Iran, Iran, if you're listening to me, these people that you're looking at here with me there's an internet shut down in your country, but at some point you'll be listening to me, and when they turn the internet back on, these people have a 200-year plus track record of just wanting to help, of just wanting to do right by you and your family and your community and your town. Trust these people. Let them in the door. Welcome them in with a ticker tape parade. If you can get these people in the door, welcome them in, because they will be worlds different than your clerics. They're their own type of cleric. Paul McCartney, welcome them in. Somebody United States knocking at the door. United States ringing the bell. Do me a favor, Iranians, open your door. Let them in. And then if you do, Obama, Bill has put the word hell over HW. Hell is on the way. And continuing to look over the poster, I see John F. Kennedy there, the middle bottom inside the E. He's wedged between Jimmy Carter and Uncle Joe Biden. Keep your young girls away from him. But Jack is still the savior of many of the boomers. Even some of the boomers that see the conspiracy, see some of the things that we do, say just up to, say, the fifth grade, first through fifth grade truther level. They're still considered conspiracy theorists, but these boomers believe that Jack was the last real president. Even we fell for that 12 to 15 years ago, giving speeches about secret organizations and secret societies. And the boomers believe that, well, there was a coup d'etat against the United States, Matt, and what was said in the Kevin Costner movie, JFK is real, and is it Kevin Costner? It was a coup d'etat against the United States. That's what they want you to believe. Because if you can believe all was just fine when John F. Kennedy was in place, and then the deep state took over. And I agree with you, Matt. There was no longer a real presidency and the real vote. Jack was the last real one. No, I don't think so. That's what they want you to believe. That then they get you caught in the middle. That everything was great, and these men it was all wonderful. Oh, look at all the quotes are too perfect. All the famous quotes about liberty. It's all a little too perfect, isn't it? One if by land, two if by sea. The stories are a little too perfect. Paul Revere turned out he didn't even make it to Concord. Paul Revere fell off his horse as some sort of alcoholic. It was another guy that, if you look into it, another guy in the false history that made it out to Concord to get that brothel and shit. No, the boomers believe, the conspiracy boomers, that Jack was the last one working for you. Oh, sure. Yeah. If you can get stuck there at that graduated Animal Farm level, then they've got you. And guys, I know since this is starting to break down, and that was all over the place, if anybody's new, you might not agree with me, but let me just tell you where I'm coming from. This power structure, what I call not milk, the download, the frequency, those in control that are not looking out for you and never were, how long has it been around? Forever. It's part of this reality, as this reality was designed. You have a leadership asshole class, and you have spiritual beings at a lower level struggling to find out who they really are and do things for their spiritual self. Don't think JFK was the last real one, and there was a coup d'etat. Kevin Costner said the coup d'etat against the United States, and he gave that great speech. And you walk out of the JFK movie going, yeah, I thought that conspiracy stuff's real. That's what the JFK movie by Oliver Stone was designed to do, to get you just stuck at another graduated Animal Farm level. It's always been here, folks. Well, Matt, that means that what you're saying, that means that the founding blank of those good gentlemen were not working for you. None of them were, going back thousands of years. Kings, queens, emperors, premiers, prime ministers, presidents, assistant ski instructors, none of them, if you're in the not nil class, then you're in the not nil class. And people like Tony would say it's not even the same spiritual being as you. It's a different spiritual entity called a sequential that's put here in this reality, this thing called Earth, to play the role of asshole, to get in your way. It's always been here. JFK wasn't the last one looking out for you. And coming to theaters near you this December 1972, a Sidney Pollack film distributed by Warner Brothers, starring Robert Redinson, Jeremiah Johnson. Robert Redson is Jeremiah Johnson, coming to theaters near you this December. And I promised to get back to this, so here we are, the 3 Aluminum Ducati movies that are available right now for free on YouTube. American Illuminati, the Aluminum Ducati Matrix, the bot is very confused, and A Conspiracy to Rule, the Aluminum Ducati. Now I watched, as you can see there, just little bits of it's that in red there. That shit in red shows you how much I just wanted to get a sense as to what each was presenting. Again, guys, there's some truth in here, of course. But the reason why these platforms are more than happy to put these sorts of things out. Well, Matt, if there's some truth in there, what do we... Here's why it's absolutely happy to host this type of stuff. At the end of the day, there's only one thing the Not Nulk cares about. It's one sentence. It's getting you to focus on everything out there on the screen and to get you away from understanding your true self and what you need to do in the short time you have left, and understanding that you're part of something bigger than this place and you're here for a reason. It wants your attention on the screen. It's that simple. It's the same sentence every single time. So you could take all these conspiracy videos, Matt, and if it's to get the person watching the conspiracy video to focus outside themselves, then it's something that the not nook really likes, and it's actually part of the conspiracy. And if it's hiding them turning inward, yes, then it's that simple. Well, Matt, you talk about the screen all the time. There has to be a channel here. I go back and forth trying to take the 5th grade truth or the 10th grade, the 10th grade truth or the graduation. I bounce back and forth, of course. Always have to explain myself. Just comments in the last video, Matt, you're going back in the bog. I don't know if these idiots are joking. I'm starting to get kind of irritated by it. And I'm also irritated by the Carl Plinkington bullshit. People keep saying, hi Carl, gone. I'm tired of that. Well, Matt, he who protests too much. Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm Carl Plinkington or Pulkington or whatever. Give me a break. Hi Carl, these stupid comments. Anyway, I have to go back into the bog, but I will eventually bring you out and advise you to leave all the conspiracy behind and worry about, you ever hear this here? Worry about yourself. Part 2, the work. Understanding yourself. Pull a video up, any video, anything that floats your boat. There's an easy little litmus test, whatever that means, to determine if it's something you should be spending your time on. Pull up a Tartaria video and apply the same sentence. Does this video help me understand yourself? Myself? No? Well, if it's your hobby, okay, great, but you understand there's no real truth. There's no truth whatsoever out on the screen. Zero. Never is. Yes, I go to the screen in the bog from time to time to pull you out. Do I have to keep saying that? It's pretty simple. Pull up a video about this. Is it telling you? And if it's 99.99999 out to infinity, all the videos in our conspiracy world, every bit of it, including this bullshit that we're looking at here, is to pull you outside yourself. And there's power structures here, Matt. And oh my God, the Washington Monument's a phallus inside the vesica Pisces. And what does that mean? Is that the vagina? Who freaking cares? We used to try to look at that stuff like it was important. I need to understand why the vesica Pisces at the bottom of the Washington Monument. We need to understand these creeps. No, we don't. We don't need to understand them at all. Of course, I watched a little bit more of the video at the bottom, I guess. Yeah, it's a little bit more of that one. And it starts talking about this, I love this topic. The Jewish mysticism, the Sephira, and oh my goodness. You know what map we need? You know what path we need? I love the word initiation. You got to join this group. You got to join that group, or you're lost. You're screwed. You know what we need? Nothing, honey. We need nothing. Matt, you need that Sephira. We don't need any of it. We need ourselves. Well, Matt, you need that Sephira. It's a spiritual path to God. I don't know. I don't understand none of it. But I do understand one thing. When Madonna talks about it and praises it, and I kind of run the other direction. Ew, Madonna's talking about it. And it's not like I had to wait for Madonna to talk about it and praise it before I was highly skeptical that we need some sort of a roadmap, or some sort of a Jewish mysticism. Come on. But this is the main issue. There's a lot of Christians here. Matt, go ahead, get out of the way, apologize to them. This is what the biggest initiation of all time is: religion, your formal religion. You know what every inner voice says to me? Don't ever join no group. Don't ever get initiated into nothing. Don't ever, even to me, marching in the St. Patrick's Day parade. I can say it because I'm part Irish, which I never did march in that parade. Marching in a parade that's like joining or trying to associate with a group, associate with a flag or a title. Everybody digs in. What is it? Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles, he has his Eagles hat on, but on the side he has a big Italian flag woved in. Like, what is that all about? I mean, I'm part Irish, more Irish, but part English. I don't care one bit about no attachment to no borders, no flags. No, worry about yourself. Put your flag, and then the NFL does it. If you're from another country, if you're from Jamaica, you put the Jamaican flag on the back of the helmet, and you put the American flag. It's all initiation bullshit. Don't ever be part of anything. This is where I don't understand religion. So most of the truthers that are listening to me, mostly you'll agree. I don't want to be in no club of Rome. I agree, man. Don't join this group. Don't join that group. Flags, borders. But your religion, that's okay. That's okay. If it's just you and Jesus and you're not associating yourself with these major, then I understand that. If it's just, Matt, I'm an evangelical. I have a personal relationship with, which I believe is the Lord. Someone may say to me, I'm evangelical. I have a personal relationship with Jesus or God. I don't need no infrastructure, Matt. Don't put words in my mouth. I understand that. Okay, to a degree. That's, to me, still needing something to get out of here. I don't need nothing. But, okay, I understand that, at least. It's not one size fits all. If you need that, and you could say, oh, I'm missing the boat, fine. But when it becomes an initiation, the large churches, the infrastructure, the priests and the robes and the rituals, you've got to be kidding me. That's the biggest initiation of all time. And with the rituals established by who? By God? Came down? No, with the rituals established by man. Thanks for listening.